I'm Iona Fredenberg, and I'm speaking to Lane Arye, a friend and colleague who lives in the San Francisco Bay Area and who's the author of Unintentional Music, Releasing Your Deepest Creativity. Lane is a singer and a songwriter, as well as an internationally known process worker and workshop leader. And the reason that I'm talking to him today is because in April, Lane is coming and doing a weekend seminar in the UK. So hi, Lane.
Hey, Iona.
So thanks for talking to me. And we're really glad that you're coming over. And I'd love you to say a little bit about the theme of the seminar.
Well, first of all, I just want to say I can't wait to come back to the UK and see you and all my friends there. I used to go and teach regularly in the UK, and I haven't been there in years since I had my little kids.
Yes.
So I'm thrilled to come back.
Yeah.
So the workshop is on unintentional music.
Unintentional music and transforming stage fright. Yes.
That's right.
That must sound so strange to a lot of people.
Yes. So unintentional music comes out of process work. Process work was developed by this great guy, Arye Mindell, who's my mentor and teacher, and your mentor and teacher too.
Yep.
And the basics of process work, I'll give you process work in a minute. The basis of process work is we're trying to do one thing. We're like, here we go, whoa, we're trying to go in this direction. And something else goes, whoa, like that and pulls us over there, right? We want to have a good life, and then we keep, being sad about something. Or we want to have a good relationship, and, our partner keeps bugging us, or we can't find a partner. We want to have a healthy body, and our body is hurting us or doing something. So if you're like me and everybody else I know in the world, when that pull happens, you usually go and try to keep going in this direction.
Yeah, my way.
That's normal life, right? You go with your intention, with what you want.
Yes.
But process work has this radical idea that when that pull comes, you can turn in that direction, and be led by it. That's the basics. That's basically process work in a minute. So what does that have to do with music? Yes. So I applied this whole idea of process work to music because I used to be a musician for years, and I still am a musician, but I used to do it professionally. And so I applied that basic idea to music. So basically, when we're playing music, we're trying to do something, and then something else happens. We're trying to sing on key, and we are singing a little bit flat. We're trying to do something, and our voice cracks. We're trying to play the right rhythm, but we're a little bit off the beat. We're trying to do something and a mistake happens, or fingers do the wrong things, or something like that happens. Or we get a little bit of you're trying to play violin and you get a little bit of a cramp over here because you're holding the violin for so many hours, right? When that unintentional thing happens, normally people just do their best to push it away. And keep going their way, right? Which is totally normal and wonderful. So you practice so that you can do it better, and you relax your voice, and you make sure that you can get that rhythmic thing right, and you massage and do Alexander technique, something so that you're not hurting your body. All of that is beautiful. That basically keeps us going in the direction we're intending to go. That's all beautiful. Unintentional music has this radical idea from process work to turn in the direction of the thing that is unintended, that's disturbing us, that's unusual, and to let that lead us. And where that leads us is both in the direction of a deeper creativity and musicality, and it also leads us in the direction of self-discovery and self-awareness and wholeness. So Yeah, that's basically
That's
unintentional music.
beautiful. It's a great description. Thank you. And say a little bit about on the second day, you're exploring around stage fright, transforming stage fright.
Right. First, actually, I want to say that why does that lead us to musicality, and why does
Yes.
that lead us? Why does that lead us to self-exploration?
Yes.
Because there's a lot of different things in us, right? We're not just one thing, right? Walt Whitman said, "I contain multitudes." I think that was the quote, something like that. And so there's a multitudes inside of us, and not just that one thing that we're
Choosing or
and
wanting.
choosing, wanting, being. And so when these other things are pulling us, it's part of those multitudes expressing themselves. And if we let them express themselves, then we can find a lot more richness and fullness and wholeness in our lives and in our music making or any kind of art or expression.
Great.
So anyway, so so that's right. So on the second day, we're going to be working with stage fright. And what is stage fright? Stage fright is one of these things that's pulling us, right? I'm trying to be on stage and I'm trying to give my concert, or I'd like to play in front of a couple of friends and I'd like to play them a little song that I learned or that I wrote, right? But I'm nervous about it. And that nervousness, that stage fright, the sweaty palms and the heart beating and all that, woo, I feel like everything's vibrating or suddenly I can't focus on anything, right? All of those symptoms of stage fright can be worked with and unfolded, and we can turn in that direction. Right? We could also just take a beta blocker or an Ativan or pretend they're not there or just try to power through it. That's all great. Definitely do that too. But if you're interested in exploring that, you can also come to the workshop and learn how to follow those things into a deeper kind of performance, a more authentic kind of performance that includes all of yourself, not just the part that you're normally aware of. And I've worked with so many people on the stage fright issue, and not only do they find relief from those symptoms of stage fright, but they learn about a whole nother way of performing and expressing and playing music. So that's going to be on day 2. So day 1, we're going to be working with your own unintentional music. So bring your instruments, your voices, your curiosity, anything, and we'll work on as you're actually playing music, unfolding the unintentional music that's there. And on day 2, we're going to be working on stage fright and nervousness around performance issues and stuff like that.
Fantastic. Thank you. And just say a little bit about, this is for musicians, for singers, for people who are on stage in one way or another. Is it all for professional people, or is it for a wider range of people than that?
It's for everybody. I love working with musicians, and I love working with absolute non-musicians. I've done lots of both. Working with in Switzerland for years, I went a couple of times a year to the Conservatory of Music in Bern in Switzerland, and worked with professional musicians and teachers at the conservatory, and music students, and all those people love using process work to really find something deeper in their music and really express themselves. A lot of people find that when they really study music a lot, then it gets sometimes it can get a little bit stiff. It can get a little bit, this is the way it's supposed to be, and then something else is trying to come out, but it doesn't really know how to come out. So working with really professional musicians is great, getting people out of their ruts and out of their normal ways of doing things, and also working with absolute beginners and people. I've worked with people who feel like they don't have a musical bone in their bodies, and who have incredible inhibitions about expressing anything because they feel like they just can't. And in a way, that's a kind of stage fright.
Wow.
Right? It's a kind of a stage fright that, wow, well, something's inside of me. I'd like to express it, but I'm afraid to express it to you or even to myself. I have like self stage fright.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like nervous even to like be on stage in front of myself.
Mm.
So yeah, all of that work. I've helped a lot of folks who think they're not musical to find their own unique, sometimes very strange and wonderful musicality. Yeah.
Mm. Wow. Thank you. It's lovely listening to you, and I really hope that a lot of people see this so they get a chance to come. So I'm going to put.
I just wanted to say one more thing about it. I'm so sorry to interrupt
you. Please do.
No,
No, it's good.
I just wanted to say, and even if you don't think you're musical, every time you're talking, you're making music. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-da-ba. There's music in everything. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da. Yes, and even if you just want to come and explore that, you can just come and explore the music in your own speech.
Wow.
Or something. Yeah. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's great.
I can't wait to come to the UK. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful place, I hear.
It's an absolutely exquisite place. Yes.
Yeah. In Somerset.
It's in Somerset. It's at Cooper Hall. It's got a purpose-made concert hall and also lots of smaller rooms and places for people to go so that when people are working one-to-one, they can be soundproof from each other. And it's very warmly and beautifully hosted. So, yeah, it'll be a great place to be.
I can't wait to see you there.
Fantastic. Oh, Lane, thanks very much. We'll finish there for now.
Okay, thanks a lot. See you soon.
Bye.